All right, this is a video I've been excited to make. We have a 2023 Ram 2500 with a 6.7 Cummins. This is the standard output, so 68 RFE transmission. And it got a full delete kit from a company called the Diesel Dudes. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. And we're gonna review this thing. We're gonna go over fuel mileage, the sound of a 5-inch straight pipe, the power levels, and you already know we're gonna run it on the dyno, and we'll see just how much power it actually makes. So going over the kit, it comes with a 5-inch exhaust. As you can see, this one has no muffler. It comes with an EGR delete to get rid of that. This guy also got an S&B intake. It's tough to see, but down there is a new ECM. To properly delete these things and get added power levels, you must swap the ECM. So that's why the kit's a little expensive, because it comes with a whole new Mopar ECM. And it comes with this Race Me tuner. The nice thing about this kit is you don't need to send the ECMs away. You can just install the new one, use the Race Me to program it, and you're good to go. I will ask something from you guys though. I'm filming on my new GoPro 12. As you can see here, I'm filming in a way where I can actually edit this footage horizontally for YouTube or vertically for like TikTok and Instagram. The only drawback is that I do have to record on slightly a bit of a wide angle, which does give it a little bit of a fish lens look. So this is a test. Please let me know in the comments if the video is good, if you don't mind the way it looks and how the audio is. I'd really appreciate it. And if you're thinking about deleting your truck, I just recommend that you look up your local laws first and stay in accordance with them. If it's illegal where you live, don't do it. All right, that's enough time wasted. Let's go drive this thing. First test we're gonna do is fuel mileage. Now this truck does have an 8-inch lift and 37-inch tires, so the fuel mileage is gonna be a little bit worse than if you just had a stock size wheel on it. Classic Saskatchewan things. This isn't my truck, by the way. No drinking at the shop today. So not only does this truck just have 37-inch tires, these are also super aggressive mud tires. So they're gonna be about as inefficient as you could possibly go as far as tires on your truck. But here are the different power levels. We're gonna go to number 3, the street tune, because that's probably what people are gonna run the most, I think. And we'll go do some fuel mileage tests. It's also a bit windy as per usual here in Saskatchewan. Ideally, I'd like to do this when there's no wind, but that never happens here. So we'll do tests going one way down a highway and then we'll flip around and come back just to try to get a couple different readings, just to keep the test a little more accurate. So I switched it over to miles per gallon for you guys, because most of you people are probably from the States. And we'll check the fuel mileage at 60 miles an hour and then we'll go to 70 and see what the difference is. So right now we're heading north. The wind's kind of coming from the northwest. So we're kind of going into the wind a little bit. And at 60 miles per hour, we're getting about 17, 18 miles per gallon right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right now it says 17. We're gonna increase this speed to 70 miles per hour. And now at 70 miles per hour, our mileage has dropped to about 14. It was at 15, now it's at 14 miles per gallon. So I'm gonna turn around, because I think that was a little bit more against wind. So 60 miles an hour heading south. We're now getting about 17 miles per gallon, 18 miles per gallon. If I increase that speed, 70 miles per hour, we're getting about 16 miles per gallon now. Yeah, staying at 16, 17 miles per gallon. So that's definitely not the best. Like my 5th gen gets better fuel mileage than that, but I'm running 33s, not 37s. And they're also street tires. They're not big mud tires. So I don't know, what do you guys think about that? What do you guys get? If you have a 6.7 Cummins with 37 on an 8-inch lift, what do you guys get for fuel mileage? I'm curious. Okay, but let's see what this thing sounds like. I'm probably gonna drive with the exhaust brake on and in tow haul mode so you can really hear that exhaust brake as I come to a stop. And hopefully the new mic on this camera, it won't pick up so much wind noise. So let me know what the audio's like. Hopefully you can hear that. This thing's exhaust brake sounds like So good, so good. 5-inch exhausts are definitely my favorite sounding exhausts compared to 4-inch. They just have like a deeper tone to them, I find. I'm a big fan of the 5-inch straight pipe. So for sound in the cab, I don't know if you guys can hear this, but you can hear the exhaust, but it's definitely not unbearable or anything. With my 5th gen, my 5-inch exhaust, if I'm towing something heavy, that's when the 5-inch straight pipe has a lot of drone and it does get a little bit annoying. If that's the case, you could just throw a resonator on there and it kind of takes care of that. But just for daily driving around, this is what it sounds like, and it's really not too bad. So now we're gonna do 2 runs. First run will be in the lowest setting, the stock setting, and then the second run will be in the highest setting. We'll see what it sounds like and feels like in the cab, and then we'll go back to the shop and we'll throw this thing on the dyno and see what it makes for power. So if I hit switch, we're gonna put it in stock. Try to get to speedometer here so we can hopefully see how fast we're going. And yeah, I'm gonna try to do a wide open throttle pull here, as long as it doesn't feel like anything's gonna explode on me. But yeah, this is in the stock power level. That's 60 miles an hour. This thing definitely screams, that's for sure. Turn around, a nice 20-point turn. Actually, this isn't that bad. I think the tires don't actually rub, which is nice. Switch, and we want to go to 5, which is race. Oh, I'm scared. It's probably gonna be pretty quick. Let's give her a go. Wow, it's just like almost on the red limiter that whole entire time. I might try to put some times down at the bottom so we can see the difference in time it was, as accurate as I can be for a 0 to 60, but you can definitely tell a difference. I want to see how we're gonna dyno this, because I think I want to be in 4th gear because that's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if I use the gear limit, I should be able to lower the gear. Yeah, now we're in 4th gear. It actually says at the bottom 4th is where it limits at. So when I'm on the dyno, I'll probably start, I'm just kind of practicing right now. If I start around 1500, roll into it, and then wide open. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So that works really good. It's sometimes a little tricky in my limited knowledge of my new dyno. It's a little tricky dynoing automatic transmissions sometimes, because you don't want them to downshift while you're in a pull. So you gotta try kind of roll into the power, and then you also don't want it to upshift, because, well, then you're gonna get skewed numbers. So at least this way we should be able to hold it in 4th gear, and we'll give it a run and see what it does. But to sum up what it feels like driving the truck, there's definitely really not much lag. It's very responsive. It's very like right now you get power. It feels really good compared to stock. Stock just feels luggy. So I mean, that's all I can really do to say to describe it, is that it just feels like it's responsive and you got power like right now when you want it, and it sounds really good, so you can really hear that power, which is always nice. All right, we got her strapped down to the dyno. Make sure these are nice and tight. Got some exhaust tubing on. Dyno is ready to rock. So again, 24-inch wheels, 37-inch Toyo MTs, probably about the least fuel efficient tire you can have. Also gonna be super heavy, so it's definitely gonna decrease the horsepower numbers we get. My truck here, I dynoed it with my 24x14 American Force wheels with 33s, and I compared it to the numbers it got with my stock wheels. I'll link that video down in the description, but it was like a 30 horsepower decrease just going to my my 24-inch wheels. And this one has 24s by 37s, so it's definitely gonna read lower. When I made the video with my truck comparing stock versus 24s, I didn't have my dyno calibrated correctly at that time, so the horsepower number is actually lower. Both numbers are lower than what they should have been. But I did the exact same test for either way, so the difference in horsepower, that's accurate, just the overall horsepower number was low. But anyways, we're gonna do 3 runs in the stock power and then 3 runs in tune level 5, and we'll see what numbers we get. Now, super quickly before we dyno this truck, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do sell merch at darkirondiesel.com. I got really cool designs. The quality of clothing is good. I wear my clothing all the time, and I would really appreciate your guys' support if you went and checked it out. Anyways, that's my little ad. Back to the video. All right, so go back to switch, stock. Gonna throw it in tow haul, put it in drive, and we're gonna set our gear limit to 4. We are rolling. So let's see what we can get here. Okay, 3 runs done in stock horsepower. What do you guys think it made? Let me know in the comments really quick before I tell you. So 333 was the best one. And torque was really similar. 676 foot-pounds of torque. Nice, smooth graph. And now it's time to crank that tuner up. Make sure these are still good. All right, back in here, switch. We'll do race. All right, I'm excited to see what we get here. That's definitely more peppy. All right, let's look at the numbers. Holy smokes, so we went from 333 horsepower to 428 horsepower. You can see the runs right there. For our torque, we went from 676 to 874 foot-pounds of torque. Look at this graph. You can really see these are the first runs in stock power. You can really see it takes off here at higher RPMs in the race tune. That's actually super impressive considering it's got 24-inch wheels and 37-inch mud tires. I bet you with stock wheels, this thing would get close to 500 horsepower. That ain't bad for a stock deleted truck. Let me know what you want to see me dyno next. So again, that kit is from the Diesel Dudes. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check it out. I'll also put a link to an install video I made if you want to do this on your own rig. I'm super happy with the kit on this truck. It rips, it drives really good. Some other projects we got going on are we got the 12 valve, which I got a new turbo that I'm about to put in this thing. We're gonna dyno it with a new turbo, kind of see if you make power from a turbo, and then we're also going to do fuel injectors, delivery valves, dyno it again. Then we're gonna do traction bars and dyno it a 3rd time, and just kind of measure the differences in horsepowers each step along the way. For my 5th gen out here, I do have some big things coming for it. We're gonna do a compound setup on it, bigger injectors. I'm gonna delete the hydraulic lifters, probably do bigger heavy duty connecting rods. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned for those videos. They should be pretty good. But please let me know how the video and audio quality was in this video. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. Check me out on Instagram at darkirondiesel. Shoot me messages if you got any questions. I try to reply to everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you on another video.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it